Hello and welcome to a new episode of Cultural Magazine. We have a lot in store for you in this episode, so stay tuned.
Minister of Culture Dr. Navini Kileni, Regional Director of UNESCO in Cairo, Nuria Sanz, and a number of country ambassadors inaugurated the Heritage House at the Traditional Crafts Center in Fustat. The event coincides with the celebration of the 20th anniversary of Egypt's signing of the Convention for the Safeguarding of Intangible Cultural Heritage with UNESCO. The ceremony activities began with the inauguration of the House of Heritage and inspecting the exhibition of the late artist Ikram Ammar, The Journey of the Holy Family, which included a number of the most important artworks of the late artist. In her works, Ammar attempted to document the various stages of the journey of the Holy Family. In addition to an exhibition of Arabic calligraphy produced by Khudair El-Pour Saidi, School of Calligraphy and Ornamentation. On the occasion of the 20th anniversary of Egypt's signing of the Convention for Preserving the Intangible Cultural Heritage with UNESCO, the Minister of Culture delivered a speech at the event. Dr. Navini Kileni said in her speech that today, as Egypt celebrates in partnership with UNESCO the 20th anniversary of the Convention for the Preserving of Intangible Cultural Heritage, the Ministry of Culture inaugurates the Heritage House to complete a series of heritage preservation sessions and carry out its assigned mission. The ministry also seeks to preserve the Egyptian identity by utilizing all available means and capabilities to establish a national archive for intangible cultural heritage and to allow for the promotion of all elements of heritage.
عام من العمل في مصر في مجال التراث اللامادي بعد هذه الاحتفالية الكبيرة.
The minister also added that today the Ministry of Culture celebrates in a way that gives every citizen an opportunity to practice and learn about the legacy of his ancestors and interact with it positively. The Heritage House is also to activate the role of this institution concerned with Egypt's ancient heritage that deserves documentation, preservation, and revitalization. For her part, UNESCO Regional Director Nuria Sanz said that Egypt is known as the birthplace of the World Heritage Convention, as Egyptian authorities and experts play a pivotal role in the preparatory phase for the adoption of the Intangible Cultural Heritage Convention. Egyptian officials and academics have actively participated in international expert meetings and intergovernmental meetings by presenting their contributions to the global debate. after the adoption of the Intangible Cultural Heritage Convention, Egypt has succeeded in registering and including 7 national and multinational elements registered in the lists, reflecting the rich and diverse treasures in Egypt. UNESCO also reviewed a number of files related to the heritage and its protection in cooperation with Egypt during the coming period to preserve it and pass it on to future generations. The celebration concluded with an artistic show directed by the artist Hisham Atwa, which comprised of an artistic performance by the Suhag Folklore Troupe and the Port Said Folklore Troupe, which are both affiliated to the General Authority for Cultural Palaces. It is noteworthy that the House of Heritage will contain the National Archive of Intangible Cultural Heritage. It also means that the application of heritage preservation procedures are to include documentation, transfer, promotion, and revitalization. The launch of the application is considered an important step to enhance public awareness of the values of cultural heritage and to enhance communication and dialogue between the country together with the international community. The initiative also aims at strengthening national efforts to preserve the intangible cultural heritage and deepening society's understanding of this heritage, which is rich in values, customs, and practices that distinguish the Egyptian people.
The Egyptian heritage is rich with culture when it comes to the forms of art such as music, whether it's singing or even painting. Let's find out more about the Egyptian heritage and what it has to offer.
Minister of Culture Dr. Navini Kilani and President of the Cairo Opera House, Dr. Khalid Dagher, inaugurated this week the activities of the 31st session of the Salahuddin Citadel International Festival for Music and Singing. This year's festival edition is dedicated to Dr. Mustafa Negi, who is the former head of the Opera House. The event is held in cooperation with the Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities, represented by the General Authority for the Promotion of Tourism in Cairo. Within the festival activities, the Minister of Culture and the head of the opera will honor 11 prominent cultural figures who influenced the art scene in Egypt and the Arab world, along with names that contributed to the success of the previous sessions of the festival. The honored art figures include the poet Dr. Magdi Naguib, soprano Tahiyya Shamsuddin, artistic director of the Cairo Opera Company, Maestro Nayir Nagy, singer Riham Abdel Hakim, together with some other professionals at the Opera House. Minister of Culture Dr. Nivini Kileni said the Citadel International Festival for Music and Singing represents one of the most important artistic events organized by the Ministry of Culture. The festival addresses the taste of the Egyptian public with all its different sectors and ages, who all love music and singing with all its diverse genres. The event goes about presenting these arts to the public in an attractive manner, in addition to its role in reviving musical and lyrical heritage through the works of the festival's artists from the beautiful time. In this event, we also aim to preserve our unique cultural and artistic identity, as well as present it to the new generations. The Minister of Culture also appreciated the efforts of cooperation with the Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities and the United Media Services Company, all of which aim to provide the necessary means of support for the festival's outcome in a manner befitting the artistic and cultural leadership of Egypt. Syrian singer Faya Yunan presents a performance at the festival with a number of her own works, including Like Today, I Wish He Knew, I Love Your Hands, alongside a selection of works from the time of beautiful art. Also singing at the mega Arab music event, star singer Midhat Saleh presents a performance accompanied by many musicians, famous pianist Amr Slim, and the orchestra led by Maestro Ahmed Amir. Midhat Saleh sings a selection of his famous works that achieved a large fan base, including I Will Come to You, I Dream of My Destiny, Walking in Its Shadow, Millionaires, The Light Has a Place in the Heart, and My Promise, Ibn Masr, in addition to some classical music works.
المولى ذكرك في كتابه ودي حكمته ليها أسباب. المولى ذكرك في كتابه ودي حكمته ليها أسباب. عمران أرضك بأحبابه برمي السلام، برمي السلام على بلدنا الحلوة المغربية. برمي السلام، برمي السلام، يلا يلا. لو غربة مرة بتبعدنا فاكرنا والله في بعدنا. لو غربة مرة بتبعدنا فاكرنا والله في بعدنا. نرجع ويبقى ده يوم عيدنا وبرمي السلام، برمي السلام على بلدنا الحلوة الغالية. برمي السلام، برمي السلام.
It is noteworthy that the 31st session of the Citadel of Salahuddin International Festival for Music and Singing continues for 14 days and includes 45 diverse concerts, including a performance for the Cairo Symphony Orchestra led by Maestro Mohammad Saad Pasha.
جايلكم ياللي وحشتوني وحشتوني ومفيش حاجة تفرقنا. دي صورتكم مفرقتش عيوني. مين يبعد احنا ما صدقنا ما صدقنا. ده احنا ما صدقنا ما صدقنا. اشتقنا لزمان أيامنا كان بينا في المكان ده هيكبر أمان ومفيش بيبان مقفولة فينا. كنا بكلمتين نتعدي بيه وزعلنا يبقى. رجعنا لزمان أيامنا كان بينا في المكان ده هيكبر أمان ومفيش بيبان مقفولة فينا. كنا بكلمتين نضعفني ليه وزعلنا يهدى. حنيت للبيت والحضن البيت. أنا رحت وجيت واستلفيت زيكم ما لقيت. حنيت للبيت والحضن البيت. أنا رحت وجيت واستلفيت زيكم ما لقيت.
Worcester Ballad Band also has a performance at the festival. Superstars Nadia Mustafa and Hani Shakir will be singing accompanied by the orchestra led by Maestro Mustafa Hilmi. superstar singers Simone, Hisham Abbas, عز الأسطول, Mona Borkhardt, Mustafa Haggeg, Mustafa Shawqi, Ahmed Gamal will all perform at the great festival events. Opera stars of Arabic music are also participating, like the artist Ali Al-Haggar, accompanied by the orchestra led by Mohammed El-Mogi and Nisma Abdelaziz, along with some other artists. Walid Tawfiq has a performance with Hisham Kharma, Ghalia bin Ali, vocalist Ahmed Al-Imari, Sheikh Yassin Al-Tuhami, accompanied by a symphony orchestra led by Maestro Ahmed Awida. The musician Omar Khairat will also be performing, accompanied by the Cairo Opera Orchestra, led by Maestro Nair Nagy, in addition to performances by international groups in cooperation with the Foreign Cultural Relations sector.
لابد تمضي في الحياة فصول لا 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 لابد تورق في يديك قصيدة وتسيل منك قصيدة وتزول لا 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 لن تستقيم لك الحياة برسالة فالغصن كي تدنو الثمار يميل وتمر تعبر كالسنين كغيمة تسود تجفل تارة وتسيل
The Cairo Opera House is a cultural hub that brings in all forms of arts here together so that the Egyptian public can better understand it and grasp it. Let's find out more about what the Cairo Opera House has in store for us.
An Sharia band led by the international harpist Manal Mohyeddin performed a concert on the outdoor stage of the Cairo Opera House, presenting compositions including حلوة يا بلدي, دعاء, نسم علينا الهوى, كلمات, عزيزة dance, tango, and some of Baligh Hamdi's music and others. It is worth noting that Manal Mohyeddin comes from an artistic family. Through her career, she was able to draw people's attention to her and build a large fan base in the Arab world. Manal Mohyeddin also participated in the ceremony of the new Egyptian Pavilion in the Louvre Museum in 1997 and the Creative Women Festival in Greece under the supervision of the UNESCO. She also represented Egypt in the International Harp Instrument Festival with 3 sessions in Paris, Prague, and Geneva. In 2007 and 2009, she participated in the International Fogete Festival in Brazil, and in 2010, she participated as a guest of honor during the opening of the 5th session of the same event, in addition of representing Egypt in many various international and local festivals.